Hey everyone, and welcome to another video from Shopify Dropshipping Lifestyle. My name is Ricky Hayes, and in today's video we're going into what to do and what to not do this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Okay, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I'm sure everyone's getting really excited. I've had a million people message me about what to do. I'll be honest, this is obviously my first full Black Friday. Last Black Friday, I had a store, but I was not marketing in that at all. Hoping to dear God that, someone would just randomly find my store out of the millions to billions of websites out there, because that was smart. Anyway, so the common issues, these are just off the top of my head, and I'll probably add to it as I go, but the common things that I'm going to see is people are going to be spending big, thinking that it'll work out, which it just doesn't work that way, okay? So people are just going to be... I'm going to take out that so I can discuss that better. They think it's just going to work out because it's Black Friday. Now, obviously Black Friday has become sort of a bit more of a global phenomenon rather than originating in the United States. It is going to be an insane day. Like, I think people like Ezra Firestone, the Tan, Steve Tan, and I've forgotten his brother's name, they're going to hit $500,000 or something absolutely insane. And over the coming years, the person that hits $1 million in a day in sales is going to be labeled in the entrepreneur community as literally the next coming of Christ. Anyway, and so don't just think, oh no, I don't want to miss out on Black Friday. I missed out on it. There's going to be next year. There's going to be the year after. Things are getting more competition, but again, I try and teach that it's not just... remember, you'll get traffic if you can control the traffic, and if you can build sort of your store, your dropshipping store into a brand store. And I define again a brand store as a store that is not just some random store in the sea of stores. Okay, I think it's this one, Expert Secrets or .com. I'm going through my perfect webinar, by the way, but in one of these two books, I think in both actually, Russell always says about how, you don't want to be in a red sea, you want to be in a blue sea. And a red sea is with a lot of sharks and there's a lot of blood. And so, you are constantly trying to fight and there's a lot of competition there. Whereas if you're in a blue sea, it's not being ventured. And the red sea is all the myriad of stores that are just making just stores. And then a brand store is your own blue sea, okay? So I define that's what I say a brand store. It doesn't have to be, you have your products labeled, all of this. All I want to mean is it's like the same with my YouTube channel, with my groups. You build a following, okay? And that's what a brand is, following. This is my personal brand, my YouTube and all of that. And you want to do the same with your store, okay? So that's what I'm just trying to teach you there. So don't just go spending big thing that's going to work out. You will lose money, right? People won't be sending out emails, text, messenger campaigns to their audience. This is free cash, okay? It's free cash. Well, it's, like if you're sending out a text campaign, if you have to spend, $50, $100 for a campaign and you make 1,000, who's going to complain about that, really? You have these apps. I've recommended them. I've shown videos. Go watch my YouTube videos. If you want the absolute detail, I don't care what anyone says, get my damn course. And there's a link down below. Further to this anyway, I'll be sending out an email. It doesn't have to be like this, oh my God, I've spent 3 weeks to make this perfect email. No, you just need an email to your audience to just say, hey, look, we're running a discount. We're running a site-wide discount. Just use the discount code Black Friday 15 for 15% off. And you do the same in text and messenger. Who cares if there's overlap? It really doesn't matter. You're going to lose some subscribers, email, text, and messenger. That happens regardless. Just send them out, and you spend a couple of $100, and they generate you $1,000, $2,000. And you made $500. There you go. There's your week's rent paid right there. Just from that simple little tip. Don't forget these things, okay? And you want to do this Cyber Monday. Every festive season, just send out, even if you don't have text and messenger, you should definitely have text. A lot of people don't have messenger because of the recent Facebook changes, but you should have email and text. But text converts so damn well, okay? You should definitely be using SMS Bump. I'm actually friends with the CEO. He added me on Facebook. Lovely man. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming, okay, guys? So I'll be the ambassador for that app. Sounds really cool, doesn't it? Anyway, but don't forget to send those out, okay? Whatever, if it's email, it doesn't matter if you have an email list of 100 at that point. just send out something. Like, again, think of it like the same with the store. You get a 1-2% conversion rate. You send out an email to 100 people, you get one person back. There you go. You made a little bit of money. Okay. The thing is, this isn't about who makes the most money. It's just making a little bit of money. Okay. Doesn't matter where you are on your journey. Just do this stuff. Okay. I know that I've been recently providing more informational videos, but these things are important. Things that that I think about a lot now, like that I still have to improve on too. But they're things that you have to ingrain in yourself. I used to think public holidays and all that were stupid, but now I'm like, anyway. So moving past that, so what I plan to do is launch heaps of back-end campaigns, as I've said. Make a separate campaign on Facebook, I should say, for previous customers, okay? So this will only work, to be honest, if you have a lot of customers, but you can try it. It just may not spend much, it may not reach much, you may lose, but anyway. With a simple graphic from Canva, like they've got those Christmas ones, they've got Black Friday ones, just choose that and just make a unique discount code. So for every campaign you do, just make a slightly different discount code. Black 15, Friday 15, finish 15, sale 15, whatever, just so you can obviously differentiate. Anyway, that's just what I like to do. That's just a little tip, because you can actually go and have a look at the discount code and see how many people have actually used it. Okay, and it helps you because you're doing your campaigns, because there's going to be overlap. So you're doing it at the text at the discount. You can actually just have a look at the discount. Okay, so I have these 4 discounts. And of these 4, I know that sale 15 was for email. It hasn't attributed at all, but it's got 3 times the amount, so my email's working good. So you know what that means? Next time, your email, just duplicate the same campaign, and there we go, change the discount code or something, and you're more likely, okay? So it's just like little things that sort of give you a lot more confidence the next time around. Always, the first time around always takes that little bit more, because it's a guessing game. No matter what anyone says, marketing is psychology, and psychology is guessing. There is no right and wrong answer. Moving past that, so you want to keep people to come by again. I give it 20%. It can be 15, 20%, whatever. But I'm actually going to go 15%. So I'll correct that. Sorry, 15%. Plenty of profit margin on that. And people on Black Friday are not just going to add one product; they're going to add multiple. So that's important to keep in mind. Keep my campaign management the same. This is really important. So what I mean is my Facebook campaign management, everything on my back end, all other just day in, day out stuff is not going to change. As I said, I'm not going to be like, oh, bam, I need to increase my budget by literally 3 times so I can make bam. I don't really care, because what I look at it is actually the opposite effect. So I'm going to keep it much the same using my automated rule. And I have been increasing my budgets more than like $5 type thing, because the product's scaling really well. But I'm not going to be just going absolutely ballistic. Why? Because at the end of the day, what a day like Black Friday is, is a day where people are just going to spend like crazy. So I look at it like this. How about I keep my ad spend much the same and just see the results? This is my first time. So, I'm going to have to wait a year to see and learn from this, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I hope I'm not dying. Anyway, and so I look at it that heaps more people are going to be buying on the same ad spend. I just make more profit margin. Why do I need to potentially boost my budget to then retain the same profit margin? I might get more as a whole, but that just means more work, more stress. Why not just keep it the same and just make more? Like, what difference does it make? If you're making $50 a day and then Black Friday comes along and you make $100 on the same budget and that, you might think, I could have made $10,000 a day. Who cares? You made an extra $50 that day. There you go. Groceries paid. Make sure you speak to your supplier, okay? So, I like to speak to my supplier, regularly, like anyone should, especially when you're scaling. Speak to your supplier, unless you've got inventory, but whatever, if you're using CJ dropshipping, Dropify, AliExpress to Dropify, speak to your suppliers, especially the ones where you know that you're going to get a larger quantity of sales on that day. Just say, hey mate, Black Friday's just around the corner. They will know, obviously, as really good suppliers, they will definitely know that. And if you've built a good relationship with them, just say, hey look, I'm expecting probably an extra 50% on my daily average. It's been scaling up 50% just for today or this weekend. All right, and just say to them, I would love it if you were able to make sure to put aside a number of packages, pre-package them. The time, it does take them time to package them. That doesn't. So basically, if you've ever gotten sales in that and you've purchased one, you'll see in the actual packaging that they can pre-package it and it's just a sticker for the most part, and that's where it says to go here. So if they can pre-package them, because most of the time they don't pre-package them because obviously they just don't want to do that because it can waste stock. But if they know that they're going to get sales from a historical thing, the same as we do, then just get them to pre-package them. It saves them, a couple hours or something, and it means that they can ship them faster, okay? Because what's going to happen is it's going to get to the logistical center in China for obviously then it to go wherever it is around the world that it's going to land, and then go from there. The faster you can get it there, the theory is the faster you're going to get processed, okay? If you're doing insane numbers as well, a lot of suppliers, don't forget, if you are doing insane numbers and they're saying it, they will help you try and find warehouses in the United States, for instance, or typically UK. They usually have them in one of those two spots. And so don't forget to ask. You might be awfully surprised, okay? Because if you're getting a huge influx, if you can reduce the shipping time, then that really does help with customers coming back, stuff like that, okay? And so, that means that they can process it on the same day. Just these orders, they just print out these stickers or the labels, put them on, bam, 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 go, 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 go. And the more you can tell in advance, it's like anything, the more you prepare, the better result in theory that you get, okay? Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but it's just these little things that potentially make a big difference, especially in the drop shipping world where shipping is definitely our biggest problem, okay? That's why I really look at using supplier in the United States, and because that's where the majority of my customers are, UK and for the most part it's fine, but you want to try and just do these few things, and that's why I always say speak to your supplier, get them on WeChat, jump on there and speak to them. There's going to be language barriers, but it's really important that you have a good supplier, and you'll know really quick, especially when you scale, if you have a good supplier, okay? So that's why it's important up front to know your good supplier, especially on a weekend like this. People are buying because they want a lot of stuff by Christmas, of course, and they don't like to be gypped around. This is the time of year where sales go up through the roof, but expectations go up proportionally, okay? So you do not want to break that, especially if you're trying to build your own Blue Sea, a brand. Keep that in mind, okay, guys? That's all I'm getting at there, is that this is not a game. Again, I just want to emphasize, I've had a number of people say, I might be getting these large figures, but it means really nothing. It's going to come and go in waves. It's not about who has the most. It's just about making money, just utilizing, I don't even know how Black Friday came to. I'll be honest, I don't even know what the fuck it is. It's like the equivalent of our Australia Day, Boxing Day, I believe, which Boxing Day, I presume people know, is on the 26th. Anyway, that's probably a patronising question. So, anyway, moving past that, and obviously then I just pretty much repeat the previous steps for Cyber Monday. That's it. And you start sending out campaigns a few days before, just saying, that the sale, like on the day you're going to be sending out the sale, and then you can send out pre-sales, okay? You send out some pre-sales. That's it. You'll make some extra cash because people expect that. What people seem to forget, the hardest part with dropshipping and obviously making your own brand store or store from the beginning is really getting the sales. Let's be honest. The reality is that it's getting the initial sales, and then it's consistently getting them. Okay, those are the two biggest hurdles, and everything else just falls into place for the most part. That sounds incredibly easy. It's not, okay, but that's the logic. And I've forgotten where I was going with that. I can't be bothered editing that embarrassing part out anyway. But you see my point, that don't as well, I know a number of people really want to utilize this important time of year, to make money, but again, please just don't make a store and blow some cash. You're going to regret it tenfold. Take your time. These public holidays are there for a reason. They're there for consumerism and people to buy. They're never going to disappear. Over time, I can only see that there's only going to be more public holidays to really help the retail-related industry, and that only helps us. Okay, so basically, this is all I'll be doing. There isn't a huge amount to it. I'm not doing anything special other than just a few extra campaigns, just giving my audience, Like, you should be a discount code. You just give them a reason to come back. You know, you can try without a discount code, but you know, you want to give a discount code. I know for a fact, like people like Ezra Firestone, they give discount codes, especially for Black Friday, because I remember, and I'm going to be watching it. I'm pretty sure he'll do a live where he'll be showing his store. And last year it hit $250,000 in sales, and he runs his own actual product. And he's expecting it $500,000 this year. Okay, so he's pretty much doubled it from last year to this year. I believe that was the case. Maybe, but anyway, he's definitely, and every year that's going to increase. He and someone else or whatever is going to hit $1 million in sales in a day in e-commerce, which is absolutely insane. So, and he knows that there's always going to be this, and you should know that as much as there is a lot of competition, there's a lot of opportunity. I'm going to be upfront with you and say that most people are not doing it how they should be. They're just not, because they're just too focused on the front end, okay? Remember, what I'm pretty much talking about here is purely the back end. Where I find the money is consistently is just that I've made campaigns where you're just like, yep, and it hits your ROAS majorly. But as soon as I then change that with a solid back end, the back end just really just kicks in, because that's just always the back end. All right, guys. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope we all make a good bit of extra cash this Black Friday. If you don't worry about it. Okay, I missed out too. I'm nearly 27, and you know, if you think about the amount of years that's been around, I could have been doing this years ago. I've missed many opportunities too. There's not one single person in the world that hasn't missed some form of opportunity in their life, regardless of where they are in their journey. All right, guys, you all have a first time I had to do an edit. What I forgot to add as well is, if you did like today's video, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for updates, okay, guys? I'm always going to be providing these videos. It is a very busy time of year, so you can understand the fact that the videos aren't consistent, so I do apologize. If you have been following along, again, I have released my course. The course has been astounding, the feedback I've gotten. I'm so thankful to everyone. It's been hurdles, but I'm so glad I've done it. I've been so thankful to everyone who has been very supportive of me, I should add. I am working on the perfect webinar as well, okay? So, you know, that's why I got those booked there. I got this paper there. I haven't had much time to do it recently, but I plan to get back into it. Of the perfect webinar, because obviously I want to make more money from my course. I've come to the conclusion it's not a bad thing to try and diversify my income like that. It is a great course. I am adding more videos to it, okay, guys? So the price will be going up. But if you get in the course now, there's a link down below. You can get it at its current price, and you are going to get a steal of a price, okay? Give you an idea, I think I've got another 6 to 7 videos already planned of things, and I'll be adding that in. Like, it's going to be the course of courses is my goal, okay, guys? So again, don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and talk soon.